Back when I was still going to primary school, around the age of 14, I noticed something very odd about my male classmates. You see, when I was talking to them one on one, just having a conversation between four eyes, they acted completely normal to me. However, when I was speaking to like five of them at once and we were all in a Discord call playing video games as usual, they started insulting me, they started making fun of me, yelling at me, etc. You see, every single one of us has a dark side. People don't change. They just pretend like they are changing. And I saw this perfectly with my classmates. However, now that I am 17 and going to middle school, I don't meet them as much anymore. And when I do, it is usually at the bus or at the train. And let me tell you, when I meet them, they're like a completely different person. Not because of the thing that I just described now, but there is a really smart saying that when you meet someone less and less, they start to value you more and more. And until I was like 16, I was in this dilemma of should I keep my relationships with them or should I just leave them behind? Let me tell you, the best way to find out if a friend is a real friend or a fake friend is to ask yourself, would I be comfortable with them hanging around my children? Because if your friends from primary school or your other friends that you don't go to school with are all just degenerates, they play video games all day, they are addicted to TikTok, they fap like 3 times per day, they have nothing going for their lives, they even go to degenerate places like the club, and who knows, they might be even drinking right now. Would you be comfortable with them hanging around your children? And yes, I know that when they talk to you, they may seem nice, but remember, they still have the dark side that they keep away from you. So would you be comfortable with all of your 10 degenerate classmates hanging around with your children at once? Of course not. They would probably tell them to jump into the pool of mud or something like that, or jump out of a building just for fun, or ring that doorbell, because if you don't do it, then you're a pussy. You don't have to answer this question right now, because in this video we will go over 2 questions that you can answer to determine if they are real friends or just fake friends. The first question is, are you friends with them, or are you friends with a bad habit that you share in common? Because if you play video games with them for 10 hours straight, then that isn't a real friendship. You're both just compensating for the lack of motivation, the lack of purpose, the lack of mission and fulfillment from real life. If you just talk about the new memes that are hot on TikTok, then you're just compensating for the lack of fun that you have from life. If you only talk about a peculiar anime that has hot women in it, then you're just compensating for the lack of women that you have in your life. Do you understand? You're both just being losers. Because I guarantee you that when you quit your social media addiction and your video game addiction and you get on NoFap, like 90% of all your friends will disappear just like that. And even worse thing is, if you go to school together, then that just means when you graduate, you're not gonna speak to them as much anymore. And this was my problem also. All I was doing with my classmates was just talking about the Dream SMP, talking about Minecraft and what we were going to grind on Hypixel Skyblock all the time. We didn't do any productive things like learning, exploring, going to nature, heavy lifting, exercising. We weren't even in any kind of competition. In fact, we weren't even in any kind of competition in those video games also. We were just playing them just to let the time pass by. So just ask yourself, what is the main activity that bonds you together? Because if you just talk about random bullshit like the new memes that you saw on YouTube or the new update to your video games that has just came out, and if you're not working on your purpose, exercising together, reading books, and challenging yourself every single day, and if you aren't on this journey to greatness together, then you have to say goodbye to them. You're just friends with a bad habit that you share together. And my second question for you is, do they bring you any real value in life? Are they there to emotionally support you when you're crying? Are they there to stand up for you when you are in a time of trouble? Are they there for you when you need help with something? Do they share their wisdom with you? Do they invite you to some kind of events like just going out into nature or going out into gym or a fancy restaurant and stuff like that? Or do they just take away your energy? Because for my classmates from primary, yes, sure, I did get some value from them. Don't get me wrong, they are still nice people. I still got some emotional support from them, but let me tell you, when they got together, they were completely different people. I could not even recognize them. And yes, there was one time when they invited me to go out. But during the entire time, I was just standing there, not even talking to them half the time. I just didn't really get along with them because I didn't have the right topics to speak about with them. And worst of all is, if they just make fun of you all the time and just piss you off so that they can get a reaction from you, then that's a bad sign. Okay, you now have the questions, so I suggest that you go journal about this for now. Go grab a pen and a notebook that you can write in and just think about it for hours straight. Just journal about these 3 questions that I told you in this video. First, start with, do they give you any value in life? And if yes, then move on to the question if they are friends with you or with the addiction that you both share. And if no, then you can move on to the last question. So think about all of the friends that you've met during your entire life. I don't care if you met 100 of them. Go journal about everyone. If you still have a group of guys that you play video games with, and you have like this group chat when you message each other and play together, and if they aren't your classmates, then this will be a lot easier. Just write them a letter where you are completely respectful. You say goodbye to them, thank them for all the good times that you had together, and just say that it is not them and it is you. You just want to move on and create a better life for yourself. Because if you're still watching this video, then you have a top 1% attention span, and especially on a video like this. Let me tell you, the real quality people in the world would love to be friends with you. You have the potential to have the best possible relationships that you can think about. Like, think about having male friends that constantly DM you, yo bro, are you breathing in manually right now? Or who message you at 5 AM saying, wakey wakey, I'm grinding. Or who rush to the gym so that they can be 10 minutes there before you and they can taunt you. But in the end, they are really loving and they will take you anywhere. They would invite you to a fancy restaurant, into a nice workout that they would even guide you through. They would go to a martial club where they would box with you and learn you all the basics, and they would even go out to nature with you. These are the friends that you want to be friends with. They will give you real value from life. They will completely skyrocket your self-improvement journey, because you will finally have someone to talk about the knowledge that you gain from books. You finally won't be the weird one, unlike all of your classmates and your quote-unquote friends. You will finally have a buddy that you can grow with whom you can learn, exercise, do the good habits with, and become the best version of yourself faster, because the best way that a man becomes the best version of himself is when he has actually some competition that lights the fire under his ass to keep going. The definition of a friend in a man's relationship is someone who brings you value, who brings you life energy. Not only just be your competition, to be also that warm, strong friend that you always wanted, with whom you can even talk in front of. And he wouldn't find that weird, because he knew that if he did it in front of you, you would comfort him also. These are the friends that you want to aim for, and not those guys who just settle for 1 hour of video games every single day, at the end of the day, just to unwind. Not the type of friends that just are brain dead and sing Skibidi Toilet all day and other bullshit like that. So how do you meet these quality people? It's easy. Just continue to give value to the outside world. Keep on learning and being positive to the outside world. You just increase the amount of value that you can give to the outside world. And by that, you will slowly attract the real normal people that are high quality and who actually have good manners. Not just good male friends, but good female friends also. It's all about just giving value. The more you can improve someone else's life, the more positive energy that you give to the outside world, the harder the universe will pay it back. So continue learning, find your purpose, improve your social intelligence in the first place. Even something small as just randomly smiling at someone will instantly make their day better. And that's how you can give value to others, just by doing a simple task like that. Okay, so go journal about your friends. Ask those 3 questions. And if you truly want to succeed in life, then just learn, gain knowledge, and gain value that you can give to other people. And those real quality friends that you want to get will eventually come to you. Thank you for watching this video, and remember, no one is better at being you.